Bam Adebayo just dropped 83 points in an NBA game, so today we're making him the greatest player of all time. In his rookie season, the Heat look kinda mid. They have Hassan Whiteside as their best player, which means Bam has to come off the bench. But at the beginning of every season, we get to help Bam out by spinning this upgrade wheel. And for Bam Adebayo's first upgrade, he's gonna get plus 10 to his athleticism. Before the upgrades, he's a 78 overall, and he moves up to a 79. And for every playoff series Bam and the Heat win, he gets to spin the upgrade wheel again. But he's gonna need a lot of upgrades because the goal of this video is for Bam to finish with a better resume than LeBron James and Michael Jordan. In Bam's NBA debut, they're gonna beat the Bulls. He's all the way at the bottom of the scoring chart with 5 points and 6 rebounds. He shot 2 for 3, I can't complain. And at the end of Bam's rookie season, he's gonna make the all-rookie second team, averaging 7 points and rebounds a game. The Heat are sitting at the 5 seed. Let's see if they can get Bam some more upgrades. They have to play a Celtics team with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown coming off the bench. I'm not sure why, because they're literally both higher overalls than the two people starting over them, but I am not complaining. In game 1, the Heat are gonna win by 10. Game 2, they also win by 3, so they steal the first 3 games of the series and they're gonna sweep the Celtics. So that gives us another upgrade for Bam. We can possibly get him to an 80 overall, but instead we're gonna get the best free agent in the offseason. That is huge to start off the challenge. But in round 2, I'm not sure if the Heat are gonna be able to make it out as they have to play the 1 seed Raptors. They're actually gonna win game 1 though, that is surprising. The Raptors win a game, so the Heat are gonna lose their first game of the playoffs, but they're gonna go up 3-1 somehow, and they're somehow in the conference finals. Let's see if we can get an upgrade that helps Bam's overall again. And this time around, we go right past 5 overall, but we get 99 potential, which is amazing to get early in the video. His potential already started at a 93, but we also get to put his minimum and maximum potential to 99, so his potential stays there. So on to the conference finals we go. They have to match up against LeBron and the Cavs. And it looks like the Heat's run is going to come to an end here. They're going to lose the first 3 games. They're at least not going to get swept. Can they force a game 7? They can. So after a great season in terms of upgrades, we get another one at the start of season 2. And this time, please slow down. It's just barely gonna land on 5 overall. We are getting the best upgrades. And we haven't even hit player progression yet, so Bam's going from an 80 to an 85 overall. He's officially the second best player on the team, and in player progression with the 99 potential, he might pass Whiteside. But before we do anything, we're gonna hop into the 2018 NBA draft. I have everything set to auto except the draft, and never mind, we don't even have a pick. So now we get to go to free agency and get the best free agent, and it's LeBron, because this is the year he went to the Lakers in real life. But low-key, we could take Steph Curry too, because they're the same overall. But because LeBron beat us in the playoffs, I decided to take Steph Curry instead, and with player progression, Bam's up to a 91 already. So now we have 2 90 overalls in our starting lineup, and I only had control over the draft, not free agency. They signed Seth Curry too. And in Bam's second season, he wins the most improved player, averaging 15 points and 13 boards a game. And free agency was crazy. LeBron ended up going to the Nets. He's wearing number 2. He averaged 28, 8, and 8. Westbrook went to the Spurs. He averaged 21, 10, and 10. Boogie went to the Knicks. He averaged 22 points and 11 rebounds a game. And then obviously we took Steph Curry on the Miami Heat. He averaged 26 points and 9 assists a game. And he's going to help lead the Heat to the first seed out east. Round 1, we have to face the Bulls, led by Andrew Wiggins, Luka, and Zach LaVine. And I don't know how this series has been close, but we're in a game 7. Luka's going to throw it down to Andrew Wiggins with the fade, and he makes it a 1-point game. Steph is going to find Bam. I don't know how he was left so open, but Lowry gets the stop. The Bulls have a chance to take the lead here. They're going to go to Wiggins, being guarded by Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade's going to get the steal. Wade's going to slow down the fast break. He finds Whiteside. Whiteside hands it off to Curry. The step back 3 over Luka, and he drills it. So the Heat now hold a 4-point lead over the Bulls as Wiggins pulls the deep 3, and it's in and out. That is big. Steph Curry on the other end takes another step back 3. He cooked Luka, but he can't convert it. And on the break, they're going to go to Luka with the behind the back to spin, and the layup on Curry. We have a 2-point game. Let's see what Curry can do here. Sizing up on Luka. He's going to ISO. He spins his way into the paint. He's going to take the contested layup. Why? So it's still anyone's game in game 7. Justice Winslow trying to clamp up Andrew Wiggins. He's going to pass it to Luka with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Luka uses the screen. He pulls the mid-range over Curry, and we're all tied up. 93% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. Here goes nothing. Justice Winslow's going to find Dwayne Wade to Bam, to Whiteside. Please just put the ball in Curry's hands. They finally find him. And with under 5 seconds to go, Curry's not even going to use the screen. He pulls the limitless 3, and the Bulls have 1 second to get a shot here to potentially make it out of the first round. The Bulls go to Wiggins, the 3 over Justice Winslow, and we're going to overtime. And in overtime, with just over a minute and a half to go, we're all tied up. Wiggins the spin. He's going to hop his way into the paint, and he's blocked by Whiteside. They get another chance, though. Luka's going to kick it back to Wiggins. He drives right past Justice Winslow, and Whiteside's help isn't good enough. But we still have Steph Curry on the team. He's going to find Bam. Bam almost runs out of bounds. He's going to miss the layup, and he can't get the board. I don't know why they keep running that play if it's not working. Andrew Wiggins retreats. He takes takes the floater, and it almost bounces in. Bam's gonna find Wade on the break. He goes to Whiteside for the dunk, and we're all tied up. I don't like this. This game should not be close at all. Luka's gonna find Bobby Portis left wide open, and his three's in and out. That is big, and now let's see if Steph Curry can cook. He's gonna pull the contested three and make it. 30 seconds to go. The center's gonna find Luka. Luka's gonna use this screen from Bobby Portis. It's not a great one. Luka the spin. Curry is somehow clamping him up. Luka's gonna take the layup, and it's good. But now the Bulls have to foul, so we have Curry at the line. I've rarely ever seen Steph Curry miss a free throw in 2K as he makes both. But the Bulls have 18 seconds to get a three off here. They're gonna inbound it to Zach LaVine. He finds Portis, who's blocked by Bam, and Bam gets the rebound. Bam's gonna get fouled and knocked down both free throws. Let's see what the Bulls can do here. Luka bringing up the ball with 9 seconds to go. He pulls the three over Curry. It's in and out. I don't know whose ball that is. It's gonna be Bulls ball, so they have another chance, but they only have 5 seconds left. They find Luka. The corner three's good. But now Steph can potentially hit the dagger here. His first free throw's good, and to make it out of the first round, his second one's good as well. So the Heat are gonna walk away with the round 1 win. That series should not have been close at all. And luckily for Bam, that's gonna give him another upgrade. And this time he's gonna get +1 to all his playmaking badges. Before the upgrades, he was a 92 overall. That moves him to a 93. And in round 2, they have to face the 76ers led by Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And the Heat might just be a fraudulent 1 seed. They're gonna lose the first 3 games of the series. At least they're not gonna get swept. Can they force a game 7? They can. But this time we don't have a close game 7 as the Heat are gonna advance to the conference finals. Steph Curry led the way with 28 and 12. Bam put up 26 and 15. He also played every minute for some reason. And that's gonna give him another upgrade as when we go to next season, we get to control 1 trade. But onto the conference finals we go. We have to face a LeBron-led Nets team. Maybe we should have taken LeBron to play on our team. The Heat are gonna win game 3 at least and tie the series. And in game 5, the Heat had a really good second quarter. The Nets are starting to come back, but it's too late as the Heat go up 3-2. But in game 6, they are getting blown out like crazy at halftime. We're going to a game 7. Curry had 23 points and 14 boards. Bam is nowhere to be found. He put up 10 points. And of course, LeBron put up a 40-point triple-double. And in their third game 7 in a row, it looks like the Heat are gonna run away with it to advance to the finals. Curry dropped 37 and 11. Once again, Bam is just not here. Whoa, Bam put up 4 points. So that gives us another upgrade for Bam. And before going to the NBA Finals, he gets +1 to his defensive badges. That's gonna move him from a 93 to a 94 overall. And in the finals, the Heat have to play the Thunder. I don't know how they got here without Westbrook. And the Thunder don't put up much of a fight as the Heat win in 5 and Bam becomes a 1-time champion. He still needs to win a lot more championships if he wants to get on LeBron and Jordan's level, but he's gonna win the finals MVP over Steph Curry. I did not expect that at all. I mean, I guess these numbers speak for themselves. So with that finals win, Bam is gonna get, I think, his lowest rating to a 99. That goes right over the middle. That is huge. And after looking through all his attributes, we actually got really lucky here because his lowest attribute is his 48 pass accuracy. Putting that up to 99 should help him win MVPs in the future. And just 2 seasons into his NBA career, his accolades look amazing. But at the beginning of season 3, we get another upgrade for Bam. And this time around, he's gonna get +1 to his shooting badges. Onto the draft we go. I know we already have Bam as our center, but we're gonna take Goga just because he has all-star potential. In player progression, Bam's all the way up to a 96 overall, tied for Curry as the best player on the team. And now that we're at the beginning of the season, we get to use our Control 1 trade that we got last playoffs. But first, let's simulate to the trade deadline. At the deadline, the Heat are the best team in the East, but I don't even care about that. I just want to see who the worst teams in the league are so we can trade for their pick. I want to get a top 2 pick for LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards, and honestly, James Wiseman wouldn't be bad either because he progresses really good in 2K. So here goes nothing. Let me call the Hornets up, and because the Heat have been really good, I don't care about any of these picks. I'm going to try to give them 3 first-round picks. They're still probably going to say no. If we throw in a 3rd, they say no. Honestly, I'm willing to give up a 4th, and they still say no. We have a couple second-round picks. I doubt that gets the job done, but I may as well throw them in and see, and those aren't going to work, so it looks like we have to throw in some players. We have to match it, though, and find somebody who makes about $3 million, but that's crazy. Aaron Harrison's higher value than Josh Richardson, so I'm going to try to do this without giving up any players, which means we're done with the Hornets. I'm going to try to trade for the Suns pick. Let's give them the same offer. 3 first-round picks they say no to. If we had a 4th, they say no. I'm going to throw in later seconds, though. I doubt this is going to work. They're half a star each, and we have to move on. I'm going to try throwing this same exact deal at every team that's bad. The Pacers say no. What about if we go to the Timberwolves? They're still 3.5 stars. We still got a couple more teams, though. In the Blazers, their pick is 3 stars, and they're going to say yes. In the power rankings, let's see where the Blazers are. They're projected to finish 25th, so I hope this can somehow land us a top 3 pick. At the end of the season, Bam's not going to make any All-NBA teams, but Curry makes the 3rd team, putting up 28 points a game. James Harden is all of a sudden on the Clippers now. Jimmy Butler also went to Atlanta, and I didn't even realize Jokic went to the Lakers. So this league looks a lot different. The Heat are sitting at the 3 seed. seed. That's kind of surprising considering they were the 1 seed at the trade deadline. But to the playoffs we go. We have to face Embiid and Simmons. This series has been way easier than I thought. The Heat are gonna sweep, so that means another upgrade for Mr. 83 points, and he gets plus 10 to his rebounding attributes. His offensive rebound's a 97 now. His defensive is a 99, and that's gonna move him up to a 98 overall. So in terms of overall, he's the best player in the league with Curry being number 2. So hopefully he wins an MVP soon with Giannis winning back-to-back. But to round 2 we go. We have to face LeBron and the Nets again. And with a 2-2 series, we have an insane blowout. The Nets offense looks terrible. Curry put up 46 and 8. Bam is... Wait, this is Seth, right? I was about to say, no way Seth Curry dropped 40. And as we go to Bam, he had a good game. 8, 17, 7, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. But with him only averaging 16 on the regular season and 14 in the playoffs, we have to get his shot tendency up. There are some upgrades on the wheel for that, and now in Game 6, the Nets force a Game 7. This time, Bam dropped 19. Whoa, I think this is actually Seth. Wait. Why did Steph Curry... Oh, he fouled out. I was about to say, I thought this was Seth because the 22 minutes played. And it wasn't even LeBron that went off, it was D'Lo. So to Game 7 we go. And I'm not gonna lie, I had to throw on the Bam jersey over the hoodie for this one. Hopefully it's good luck. Steph Curry in the post for some reason. I don't know what he's doing. They're gonna find Bam back to Curry. The catch and shoot 3 is good. So the Heat take the lead with under 2 minutes to go. We're gonna need Justice Winslow to stop LeBron. Darren Collison's gonna find D'Lo coming off the screen, and he hits the 3 over Curry. Let's see if Curry can get right back at him. Curry on the drive, finds Bam for the dunk, and the Heat go up. D'Lo's gonna find LeBron in the post. Bam's gonna send the double. LeBron kicks it out though. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dragic, please clamp up. They go back to LeBron in the corner. LeBron the drive, the terrible shot, and the miss. Justice Winslow's gonna find Curry. He pulls the deep 3. Bro, he's so good. I am so glad we got him instead of LeBron. Speaking of LeBron, he's gonna kick it out. Collison's gonna kick it to D'Lo. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He's gonna wait for the screen. He gets a wide open mid-range, and he just barely misses it. The Nets might still have some life. Whiteside misses his first free throw, but makes his second. The Nets go to D'Lo. I don't know what this offense is. He's gonna take the contested layup. It's good. And this time around, Seth Curry knocked down both free throws, so the Heat hold a 5-point lead over the Nets in Game 7. D'Lo's gonna use the screen. He finds LeBron in the post to Plumlee. The layup is good. But the Nets can't keep settling for 2. Seth Curry misses the second free throw. LeBron with the ball, 7 seconds to go. He kicks it to D'Lo for the deep 3. It's in and out, and the Heat are gonna win in Game 7. That is crazy. D'Lo had 29. LeBron only put up 19. And for us, Steph put up 28 and 8 with 3 steals. Bam put up 12 and 14. And for advancing to the conference finals, we can get him another upgrade as he gets plus 10 to his shooting attributes. That 97 post fade's gonna help him a lot. His 3-pointer moving up to an 84 is big, and now he has a 99 free throw. In the conference finals, we have to play Kevin Love. They replace LeBron with Gallinari, and they're somehow still putting up a fight. Game 5's gonna go to the Heat though. They just had a way better third quarter. Thank you, Steph. He had 37. Bam also had a great game. But this series is not over yet as the Cavs are able to force a Game 7. This is not what I like to see. Steph Curry went off, but so did Kevin Love. And in Game 7, the Heat are just barely gonna run away with it to advance to the finals. Whiteside led the team in points. That is so unexpected. Steph Curry had a great game. Bam had a great game. And now he gets yet another upgrade. And this time he gets plus 10 to his defensive attributes. That is actually really big. It's gonna max out his interior defense. His perimeter defense goes up to 95. He has a 97 block now and a 90 steal. And that's gonna move him to a 99 overall. On to the finals we go. This deep Nuggets team made it even without Jokic. And the Heat are scaring me. They were up 3-0 in the series, but the Nuggets have a chance to force a Game 7 right here. Paul Millsap gets stopped by Bam. He finds Jamal Murray with 6 seconds to go. They go to Beasley. The screen. Beasley, the drive, he's gonna pull the mid-range and it's off. I don't know what that possession was. I feel like they could have gotten a way better shot there as Curry misses the 3. Nuggets still have plenty of time, about 40 seconds to go. They find Beasley, back to Murray. Murray doesn't use the screen. I don't know what this game plan is. 30 seconds to go. He's gonna kick it back to Beasley. They're really the only 2 touching the ball. Beasley, the 3 over Bam's gonna miss. I'm scared that Whiteside's gonna miss a free throw again. That's way off. But last time he was able to make his second free throw, and this time it bounces in. One stop is all the Heat need. Millsap's gonna find Jamal Murray. He's blocked by Bam. And with that game-saving block, Bam's gonna win his second NBA championship. And on top of that, he wins another Finals MVP over Steph Curry. Look at Steph and Seth in the back. For winning the Finals, Bam gets himself another upgrade, and next season, we're gonna be able to use the Trade Finder. And also, at the beginning of the season, we get another upgrade, and this time around, we get plus 10 to Bam's playmaking attributes. But before we use the Trade Finder, let's hop into the draft lottery. We have the projected 4th pick. If that can move into the top 3, that would be huge. I don't know the lowest we can fall. We're at least gonna be top 7. The Knicks are projected to get pick number 7. They stay. And let's hope we can at least be in the top 5. We are. I hope the Timberwolves stay here so that we can jump up. The Kings get the 5th pick. Please tell me we can can jump up. Oh my gosh, we're top 3. That is huge. So we're 100% getting either LaMelo. Oh my gosh, we're top 2. If we could get 1, that would be insane. We're gonna stay at the number 2 pick though. I cannot complain. Let's just hope they don't trade the pick onto pick number 2. The Heat aren't trading it. And LaMelo was the number 1 pick, so we can get Anthony Edwards or James Wiseman. The good thing is that both of them have all NBA potential. Last time I drafted Anthony Edwards in a video, he didn't progress, but James Wiseman is a center, so I'm gonna hope the second time is the charm. Anthony Edwards, welcome to the team. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna try to use the trade finder right here to get somebody else in the draft. The Hornets have the 3rd pick. They would want to give it up for, yo, why do I actually want to do this? I can't believe they offered me this. Dragic is 34, Whiteside's 31, and with Whiteside off the team, we can move Bam from the starting power forward to the starting center. We get Cody Zeller, which is a decent backup center, and I'm doing this, bro. I cannot pass this trade up. So now with the 3rd pick in the draft, oh, do I draft Wiseman or Hallie? Hallie has all-star potential. He doesn't even have all-NBA potential. And a lot of these other guys down here are stuck at all-star potential, not all-NBA. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna draft James Wiseman. That trade finder was super clutch. So now we have Anthony Edwards and James Wiseman. Onto player progression. Obviously, Bam's gonna stay at 99. Whoa, why does the rest of the team not look that good? Oh, because we literally traded away Dragic and Whiteside. All of a sudden, we have DiVincenzo now, and Goga's up to a 76. So with our new lineup, we have Anthony Edwards as our D-Wade replacement. We have Jay Crowder starting at the 4 and Bam starting at the 5. And then off the bench, we have Cody Zeller, Elfrid Payton, James Wiseman, and Allen Crabbe. Cody Zeller's gone. We just traded him for Aaron Holiday. And at the end of the season, Bam's gonna win the Defensive Player of the Year, averaging 15 and 14. We gotta get that shot tendency up though. His points per game has stayed around 15. And the Heat are gonna win 65 games. Bam somehow doesn't make any of the All-NBA teams, even though he finished 5th in MVP. Kyrie Irving is also on the Thunder now. And with the introduction of the play-in, the Heat get to play a 9 seed in the first round. That's kind of funny. They have Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, and they're somehow gonna tie the series up at 2. Game 5, the Heat blow out the Hawks though, and they make it out in 6. So now as we go back to the wheel, we're gonna get +1 to Bam's finishing badges. And that takes us on to round 2, where we have to go up against the Celtics. They have a 95 Jason Tatum. They took Dion Waiters from us, and Tatum is cooking the Heat. They're gonna take a 2-0 lead, and the Heat are able to tie the series up. So no home team has won a game yet, but with 2 minutes to go in game 5, the Heat are able to change that right here. The Celtics have 3 centers in. Wait, no, they have 4 centers. So Tatum is running their point guard. Curry looks so tiny guarding him. Tatum's gonna kick it out to Sanchez. 4 seconds to go to Bol. Back to Tatum. He's gonna have to force the mid-range. Never mind, he gets a layup and it's good. This is terrible hoops right now. They have 4 centers and Tatum on the court. Let's see if Curry can at least cook Tatum. Why is he going into the post against a small forward, power forward? He's at least gonna use the screen. He gets an open mid-range and he knocks it down. Bro, we gotta get the Celtics to call timeout. This lineup is so overpowered. Bol gets a wide open dunk. And that's Aaron Holiday guarding Bol, bro. Aaron Holiday's 6 foot tall. Bol is like 7'2" or 7'3". Curry's gonna get a turnover. This is terrible, bro. Why do we have a 6 foot tall player on a 7-footer? What is going on? The Celtics are literally cheesing their way to a win. Steph Curry's gonna make the limitless 3. And I'm afraid that we're not gonna be able to get a stop with the Celtics having this lineup on the court. Yeah, what is this? They're going right to Bol. He's not going into the post, but he's still gonna, yeah, he's gonna make the shot with ease. Still no timeouts yet. Both teams have 1 timeout left. Curry's gonna pull the 3, and Bam gets the putback. This is an insane lineup. Bol is 7'2". Jackson Hayes is 7 feet tall. I think they have Mitchell Robinson on the court. He's 7 feet tall. They have this Sanchez guy. He's 7 feet tall. And then they have Tatum at 6'8". So basically their shooting guard is 7 feet tall. The Heat need to get a stop here, but realistically, I don't think they're getting one unless Tatum's the one shooting the ball. Oh no, Aaron Holiday's gonna pick up on Tatum. He gets basically an open layup. But at least the Heat are finally gonna call a timeout. But it might be too late. With just 18 seconds to go, they're gonna inbound it to Anthony Edwards. He gets an open 3. Bam's gonna fly in for the putback. But now the Heat need to foul with 12 seconds left. The Celtics make their first free throw and to put them up 4. Their second one's good. So the Heat have 12 seconds. They're gonna inbound it to Curry. Curry passes half court. He's gonna find Jay Crowder, the fake, the 3 over Mitchell Robinson's gonna miss, and Bam somehow doesn't grab that board. So the Celtics are gonna take a 3-2 lead. That was unethical hoops from the Celtics right there. Steph Curry dropped 33 and 11. Bam had 25 and 17. But Jason Tatum and Gordon Hayward cooked. And in game 6, unfortunately, the Heat's run is gonna come to an end as they lose in the second round. Anthony Edwards led the team in scoring with 25. And after winning back-to-back championships, the Heat don't make it, but Jokic wins the finals MVP. So on to season 5 we go. Bam gets another upgrade. I really want to land on any rating to 99, but we're not gonna get it quite yet. Bam's gonna get an upgrade to his rebounding badges. And let's see how much better Anthony Edwards Edwards, and James Wiseman got. Anthony Edwards is an 84 and James Wiseman's an 82 now. One thing I'm going to do so that James Wiseman can start is move Bam to a 4. So now we have a starting lineup of Steph Curry, Matisse Thybulle, Jay Crowder, Bam at the 4, Wiseman at the 5, and Anthony Edwards as our 6th man. I don't know why he's coming off the bench for Matisse Thybulle. I'm going to fix that real quick. We're going to move Thybulle to a 3, and there we go. Now we have Anthony Edwards starting at the 2, Thybulle at the 3, and then Jay Crowder coming off the bench. And honestly, since we have so many power forward minutes, I'm just gonna move Jay Crowder to a 3. If he starts over Thybulle, cool. And there we go. The lineup is much more balanced with Jay Crowder starting. And at the end of the season, Bam's gonna win the MVP, averaging just 16 points a game. That is the last thing I expected. Bam Adebayo MVP. He's also gonna win his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year. And James Wiseman wins the Most Improved Player, averaging 18 and 10. The Heat are gonna win 71 games on the season. And after losing in the 2nd round last year, let's see if they can make it back to the final. Round 1, they have to face the Bulls led by Luka. They're gonna sweep. And with just 3 upgrades left, let's see if we can get the one we want. We're not going to, but we do get a random rating to 99. So let's pull out the random number generator. Number 1 through 36, we get attribute 11. And that's his foul, which is already a 99, so we get a respin. Well, I guess technically not a spin, but you guys know what I mean. We get attribute 29. And that's gonna move his speed from a 97 to a 99. Round 2, we have to face the Raptors, who just beat the LeBron-led Nets team. But hopefully they don't beat us next. They're gonna go up 2-1. The Heat tie the series up. They're also gonna take game 5 and make it out. We are down to the final 2 upgrades before we reset the wheel, and this time around we still don't get the upgrade we want. We have to wait till the very last upgrade for it. So Bam gets plus 10 to all his finishing attributes, and I am very confused. Why does it say this guy's their best player when he's a 67 overall? Also, I saw he made the All-NBA team a couple years back. Yeah, this is definitely glitched. It shows that he's the 2nd best player in the league. I guess he's like a 97 or a 98. Yeah, he made the All-NBA team last year on the Bulls, I think it was. I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely confused right now. Wait, he's a 98. It fixed. That was really weird. I've never seen that before, so we basically have to face a 98 overall center and Jason Tatum. The Celtics are gonna take an early 2-0 lead on the Heat. The Heat win game 3 and 4, and in game 5, it goes to the Celtics by just 4 points, and the Heat can't force a game 7. Jahlil Okafor Western Conference Finals MVP is crazy. Let's see if he can win the Finals MVP Jamal Murray's going to. So at the start of season number 6 for Bam, we finally get any rating to 99, and this is the perfect time to use it. He's been averaging around 15 points a game the last couple seasons, and here goes nothing. His shot tendency is sitting at a 51 right now. We're gonna put that all the way up to a 99. Also, LeBron's retiring. That's kind of crazy. He's only 37. And in player progression, DeMarcus Cousins is all of a sudden on the team now. That is very random. Anthony Edwards is going up to an 87, and James Wiseman's an 86. He's about to be the best 6-man ever. We also have Jordan Poole down here on a 2-way contract. We have Derrick Rose on the team. Let's see if we can get him a ring. And in Bam's first season with 99 shot tendency, he's up to 28 points a game. That jump is crazy. Now he's a 2-time MVP and 2-time Finals MVP. And on top of that, he just won his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year in a row. The Heat also finished with the best record of all time. Steph Curry's gonna make the All-NBA 2nd team, averaging 27 points a game. Kyrie all of a sudden went back to the Celtics. Jokic left the Lakers for the Grizzlies. And wait, Ja Morant's on the Hornets? Let me see, because the Hornets, yeah, the Hornets also have Shea. I saw that earlier. Anthony Edwards is gonna average 19 points a game. And then off the bench, James Wiseman's down to 14, but he still has a great season. Round 1, we have to face the Cavs. They don't have Kevin Love anymore, and the Cavs scared me by winning the first game of the series. The Heat win 4 straight. So back to the wheel we go. We have a fully reset wheel, and after beating the Cavs in the first round, we're gonna land on Control 1 trade. That is huge, especially with the upcoming draft. We've just been getting super lucky with our spins today. In the second round, they have to face Embiid and Simmons again. This is like their 3rd time facing off in the playoffs. The Heat are gonna go ahead and win the first 2 games of the series. They go up 3-0, and they're gonna sweep. So that leaves us with another upgrade, and this time around, we are gonna get plus 10 to Bam's playmaking attributes. And here we go in the conference finals. We have to face the Celtics again, who have Kyrie back on their team. But this time the Heat are gonna take a 2-1 lead. They also go up 3-1. They're not gonna make the finals that easily though, but they make it in 6. And with that series win, we're gonna be able to use the trade finder, bro. We are getting so lucky on this wheel today. And in the finals, we have Bam against Jokic. And they still have Mike Conley and Marc Gasol. They also have Cade Cunningham. This team is stacked. But the Heat are gonna win game 1 by 46. They take game 2 by 49, and they win game 3 by 39 points to take a 3-0 lead. This might have been the most lopsided series of all time, as the Heat sweep the Grizzlies and Bam becomes a 3-time champion. And on top of that, he's gonna walk away with his 3rd Finals MVP. Winning the finals means another upgrade for Bam. He gets +1 to his finishing badges. And at the beginning of season 7, he gets another upgrade, which is +1 to his defensive badges. And here's where things get interesting, because in the draft we have Victor Wembanyama, and we're able to use 2 trade trades here. We get to control one trade and we get to use Trade Finder. We could use Trade Finder twice if we wanted. Let me just test the waters. The Pacers have the first pick again. They want us to trade Curry. Low key though, do we trade Curry for Wemby? I know Curry's been amazing for us, but at this point he's 35 years old. This is very tempting. If we wanted to get the second overall pick, we couldn't. And if we wanted to go for the third overall pick, we couldn't. What about pick number 4? Nothing. Pick number 5, the Blazers also have and won't trade. I'm surprised there's nothing for picks 2 through 5, but pick number 1 has a trade. What is going on? So basically, it looks like trading for the first pick is our only offer, at least in the top 8. Bro, what? I'm gonna keep going until we get something. Pick 10 from the Wizards, nothing. 11 from the Knicks. There's finally something here. I'm not gonna do this trade, but basically what we got is we can, whoa, wait, this trade changed. Steph Curry was here before, and now I can just all of a sudden get the first pick without giving up Curry. Boogie was a great signing for us. He played good, but we can have James Wiseman start at the center now if we do this trade. That's crazy. I didn't want to trade Curry. I come back to this, and now we can trade Boogie. I'm 100% doing this. So now with the number 1 overall pick, we're gonna take Victor Wembanyama. I don't know how that just happened. Wemby's an 84 overall as a rookie. And onto player progression, Bam's a 99, Curry's a 95, Anthony Edwards is an 89. James Wiseman stopped getting better, but even though he's an 86, he was amazing in the starting lineup, and Wemby's already an 84. One thing I don't want though is Wemby off the bench, so we're about to do something crazy. First things first, we're gonna move Wemby to the starting power forward so he can start with Wiseman, and because Bam's 6'9", we're just gonna go ahead and move him to a small forward, power forward, like a Tatum kind of build. So now our starting lineup has Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Victor Wembanyama, and James Wiseman. And for the other trade, I was gonna use it at the trade deadline, but instead, I'm gonna keep it in my back pocket because this upcoming draft class is not great. At the end of the season, Bam's gonna win his 3rd MVP in a row, and he ties the record winning his 4th Defensive Player of the Year in a row. The Heat finished with 71 wins, and let's see how our guys did on the season. Bam's gonna lead the team in points. Curry averaged 23, Anthony Edwards 21, James Wiseman 19, and Wemby 16 as a rookie. And he finished 2nd in Rookie of the Year behind Ty Washington, who averaged 15, 5, and 5. In the first round, the Heat have to go up against the Pacers, led by Boogie, LaMelo, and Josh Giddey. Honestly, it's good we traded Boogie, because Wemby's almost better than him already. They also have Paolo. They're really set up for the future, but not set up for now. On the wheel, Bam's gonna get +10 to all his finishing attributes. And in the second round, they have to face a crazy Magic team with Trae Young, Jaylen Brown, and Zion all in the 90 overalls. And with a 2-2 series, this game is basically over at halftime. The Heat are gonna take a 3-2 lead. Bam put up 31 and 10. Anthony Edwards at 26, 25 from James Wiseman. And in game 6, the Heat are gonna make it out. So back to the wheel, Bam's gonna get his lowest rating to a 99. And it sucks we could have given him a 99 ball handle because his ball handle was a 56, but his intangibles was a 50. The 76ers have kept the core of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons together, and it continues to not work as the Heat are going to make it out in 5. Bam is just getting so many upgrades at this point, and he's going to get +10 to his defensive attributes. And in the finals, of course, we have a rematch, Bam against Jokic. The Grizzlies looked better on paper, adding Jimmy Butler to the team, but in back-to-back finals, they're going to get swept as Bam becomes a 4-time champion. I'm surprised he's winning all these finals MVPs over Curry. Maybe not now, because he's a 99 overall, but even his first finals MVP, I thought Curry was going to win it. For winning the finals, we're going to get the best free agent in the offseason, and at the start of the new season, Bam gets +1 to all his shooting badges. Last time we got the best free agent, we were able to get Steph Curry, and this time around, we had Donovan Mitchell to the team. So now our team looks crazy. Steph Curry and Donovan Mitchell are both dropping to 93. Wemby's up to an 89. Anthony Edwards stays an 89, and unfortunately, James Wiseman's gone, but at least we have Wemby. James Wiseman ended up leaving for the Trailblazers as he's up to an 87. But honestly, we had so many bigs that I don't mind it. I'm going to move Bam back to a 4, Wemby back to a 5, he's up to a 90, and I'm going to move Anthony Edwards to a small forward now that we have Donovan Mitchell. So our starting lineup looks insane now, with the worst players being Wemby and Anthony Edwards. At the trade deadline, the Heat are sitting at the best team in the league with the Grizzlies not too far behind. And we're going to try to get the number 1 pick in this upcoming draft. The Kings and Thunder have 9 wins each. So we're going to try to trade for that Kings first round pick. The only problem is we can't give up our 2026 first round pick, so we only have 3 first round picks to work with. Honestly, this is not good. I think last time we gave up 4 first round picks, and our picks are of worse value this time because we're good now. I'm going to try to throw in these seconds. I doubt they say yes. Yeah, we are cooked. These seconds are worth no value. Maybe we just try to give up bench players though. I'm going to try to throw in Chuma Okeke. I'm surprised the salary matches here. Yeah, the Kings have a ton of salary cap room, so maybe we can do this trade. If we add Chuma Okeke with 3 first round picks, I'm honestly down to do this deal. 2 first round picks, they're going to say no. And if we throw in our last pick, they still say no. But with them having a lot of salary cap room, I may as well just throw in Otto Porter Jr. as well. I have to throw in a player to make it match. Jalen Tyson's 1.5 stars. I don't think I'm going to be able to throw in anybody else in. Yeah, Topic is 3 stars because of how young he is. So we're going to throw in Jalen Tyson, see what they say. And then we still have 3 first round picks. picks. If we throw in one, they say no. If we go ahead and throw in a second one, they still say no. And if we go ahead and throw in the third first round pick, they're gonna say no. I'm gonna throw in a second, see what they say. They're probably still gonna say no. I may as well throw in the Cavs second, and they still say no. Our last bet is throwing in like a Terry Rozier and adding Jalen Williams to their side. And if we do that with 3 first round picks, they still say no. We're gonna try this same deal with OKC. They also say no. So now we have to move on to the Rockets. If we throw them this exact same trade package, they say yes. So now our bench looks completely different. We just traded away our best 2 bench players. Well, with us being the best team in the East, let's see if it can stay that way. Bam's gonna win another MVP, averaging 26 and 13. Crazy, Giannis finishes second in MVP all these years. Cat left the Timberwolves to join the Nuggets, and the Heat stay amazing, only losing 3 games after the All-Star break. In round 1, they have to play this Luka-led Bulls team again. They're gonna win the first 3 games and sweep them. And back to the wheel we go. Bam's gonna get any rating to 99. Last time we did that, we upgraded his shot tendency to 99. Now we're gonna put his touch tendency to 99 so he gets the ball more. Round 2, they have to face the Celtics. I feel like they play them every year. And the Heat are just so good, they haven't lost the game in the playoffs yet. Celtics, thank you for the upgrade. Bam is just barely gonna get +5 to his overall. But since he's already a 99, we're just gonna select every attribute and put it up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has a 93 pointer now. And in the conference finals, they have to face this Magic team again. They look really good on paper, but the Heat are gonna make it to the finals without losing a game. So that's gonna leave us with another upgrade, and Bam gets +10 to his athleticism. Almost everything's at 99, but we get his agility to a 99 and his speed with ball to a 90. And in the finals, they have to face the Grizzlies led by Cade. Crazy, he won the Western Conference Finals MVP over Jokic. And the Heat have swept the Grizzlies in the last 2 finals. Let's see if they can go for a third. The Grizzlies are finally gonna win a game, and they're gonna tie the series up. In game 5, we have a low scoring one. The Heat are gonna win. Curry and Bam both dropped 24, with Donovan Mitchell and Anthony Edwards dropping 20. And even though the Grizzlies got better, the Heat are gonna beat them in 6 games to complete the three-peat. 3 finals wins in a row against the same team is crazy. So Bam's gonna win championship and finals MVP number 5. So at this point, Bam Adebayo's career accolades are crazy. He has 4 regular season MVPs, 5 championships, 5 finals MVPs, and 5 defensive player of the years at the age of 27. And for winning that finals, he gets another upgrade. And this time around, he's gonna get +10 to his rebounding attributes. They're both at 99 though, so we're gonna get a respin. And instead of upgrading his rebounding attributes, we're gonna be upgrading his rebounding badges. And on top of that, we get another upgrade at the beginning of season number 9, and Bam's gonna get +1 to his playmaking badges. Onto the draft lottery we go. I didn't even check how good the Rockets finished, so we have the 6th best odds. That's not great, and we are gonna drop to number 7. That sucks, and we don't have any trades, so we're not gonna be able to get Cooper Flagg. He ended up going number 1 to the Hawks. And let's see if anyone fell. What? Con Knipple didn't get picked. That feels like an obvious choice. He has All-NBA potential. What about Trey Johnson? He also has All-NBA potential. Let's check Derek Queen, All-NBA potential. Igor Demon, All-Star potential. And then down here we have CMB All-Star, Cedric Howard All-NBA, Noah Asangwe All-Star. So it's really just between Con Knipple and Trey Johnson. I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna take Con. I'm glad we were able to get him. And if we go into player progression, Wemby's all the way up to a 94, so is Donovan Mitchell. Curry's dropping to a 91, but Anthony Edwards is in the 90 overall club now. And Jalen Johnson just somehow appeared on the team. I guess we just picked him up last free agency. He's up to an 80 overall. Bam is still going strong. He's gonna win his 5th MVP in a row. And he's not stopping the defensive player of the year run either. I wish we could have had Cooper Flagg. He's gonna win the rookie of the year. But I can't even be mad. We won 75 games. I'm just glad I got Wemby over anyone. He's already on the All-NBA second team. And in just his 3rd season, he's averaging 23 and 10. Jokic is also on the Wizards now. He keeps flipping teams. LaMelo Ball left the Pacers for the Mavericks. And in the first round, the Heat have to play the Raptors. I guess in this universe, Jalen Brunson isn't great. And their starting point guard, shooting guard, and small forward all play for the Knicks in real life. The Heat are gonna sweep them. And on the wheel, that's gonna get a random rating to 99 for Bam. He has 11 attributes that aren't 99. We're gonna get number 6. I wish we could have gotten one. That would have been his 3-pointer. And attribute number 6 gets his pass IQ to a 99. Round 2, they have to play Philly, who still haven't given up on Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And maybe this is their time. They're up 2-1 on the Heat. The Heat are gonna tie the series up and take game 5. And in game 6, Philly get eliminated. And that's gonna give us +10 to Bam's shooting attributes, which maxes out his 3-pointer. And in the conference finals, they have to play the Nets, who now have the 98 overall center. This guy is just hopping teams. He went from Chicago to Boston and now to Brooklyn. But they're not even putting up a fight. This has been our easiest series so far. So with the reset wheel, we get another spin for Bam. And in free agency, we get the best free agent. That is huge. And in the finals, we have to go up against Cat and the Nuggets. Before Cat, they won the finals with Jamal Murray. And now adding Cat to this team, they look dangerous. But not dangerous enough, as the Heat are gonna sweep, making Bam a 6-time champion. And he's also gonna tie Jordan by winning his 6th finals MVP. This is a crazy squad. We have Anthony Edwards, Keldon Johnson, Donovan Mitchell, Curry, Bam and Wemby. Wemby squatting down is almost as tall as Bam. Bam averaged 38 and 16 in the finals. And for winning that series, he gets another upgrade. It's going to be plus 10 to his athleticism. And at the beginning of Bam's 10th season, we get to use the wheel again, and we get a random rating to 99. At this point, he has 6 attributes that aren't 99. We're going to get number 1. And nice, that moves his post hook from a 98 to a 99. In the draft, Darren Peterson goes 1, Cameron Boozer goes 2, and AJ DeBonsta goes to 3. But onto free agency we go. We're able to add the best free agent to this stacked lineup, and we get Cat. Adding him to the team after beating him in the finals is crazy. He's a 93 overall with Donovan Mitchell. Wemby's up to a 96, and we have Anthony Edwards at a 91 and Curry at an 89. Curry's been great for us, but he's starting to fall off a little, and I hate for him to be the one to come off the bench, but I'm going to move Donovan Mitchell to the starting point guard, Anthony Edwards back to a shooting guard, Cat to a power forward, and then Bam back to a small forward. So now we have a starting lineup of Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, Bam at the 3, Cat at the 4, and Wemby at the 5 with Curry coming off the bench. And at the end of our bench, we have Khan at an 80 overall after barely playing his rookie season. Bam's going to win his 6th MVP in a row, tying the record for the most all time. Darren Peterson's going to win the Rookie of the Year, and AJ DeBonsta wins the 6th man. Bam's still going with the Defensive Player of the Years. And the Heat have the best record of all time, only losing 3 games. Wemby's on the All-NBA second team again, averaging 22 and 10. And in the first round, the Heat have to face the Pistons led by Evan Mobley. That might have been the easiest series ever they're going to sweep. And they won Game 3 by 73 points. Another win, another upgrade, and we get plus 5 to Bam's overall. That might put every single attribute to a 99. Never mind, his ball handle's still at a 59. Well, 64 now. And in the second round, they have to face a Hawks team with Luka, Tyler Hero, Cooper Flag, John Collins, and Jaren. They actually look really good. But they're not better than us, that's for sure, as the Heat are gonna sweep them. Another win, another spin, and we get to put any rating to a 99. It's definitely tempting to max out Bam's ball handle, but just like before, we're gonna go ahead and touch a tendency. His 3-point percentage has been around the 40s every year, but that's partially because he doesn't take that many. He averages about 1 to 2 3-pointers taken a game. And to change that, we're gonna max out his 3-point tendency from a 0 to a 99. In the conference finals, they have to face this Nets center again. The Heat have yet to lose a game in the playoffs. They're in the finals, and Bam continues to rack up upgrades. This time he gets plus 1 to his shooting badges. And in the finals, Bam has to go up against LaMelo Ball. 1 seed against 1 seed, and LaMelo is the second worst player in their starting lineup. They are stacked. But with 6 All-NBA caliber players on the team, the Heat are gonna sweep the Mavericks as Bam wins championship number 7. So Bam's gonna pass Jordan in championships and finals MVPs. So he's now up to 6 MVPs and 7 championships, finals MVPs, and defensive player of the years. But after his first couple seasons being kind of bad in terms of scoring, we have to get his all-time career points up. He's sitting at 16,505, and 10 seasons into his NBA career, that doesn't even get him into the top 100. But in order to help him get there, we're gonna spin the wheel, and we get plus 10 to his finishing attributes. But with them all being at 99, we're gonna get a respin, and this time around we get his lowest rating to a 99. Good thing I didn't max out his ball handle before, because now we get to put it to 99. And at the beginning of season 11, we get another spin, and we get to control 1 trade. Boogie's gonna retire with the Rockets. Shout out to him, he got a championship with us, and he got us Wemby. In player progression, Wemby's up to a 97, Anthony Edwards is dropping for some reason, and Khan's up to an 84. And for us being able to control 1 trade, I'm just gonna use Trade Finder. And after 7 championships with us, I think it's Steph Curry's time to go. I hate that it has to be him, but he's 39 years old, so he's probably gonna retire on us soon. We could get an 87 Mo Bamba. We could get Miles Turner, but he's probably gonna regress soon. Patrick Williams is here, that would be cool, but he's only on a 1-year deal. And I think our best bet is going for Mo Bamba. He's 29 years old and under contract for 3 years. I hate to be trading Steph Curry away, but I'm just scared he's gonna retire after this season. So Mo Bamba, welcome to the team. So now we have a crazy big 4 of big men with Bam Adebayo, Cat, Wemby, and Mo Bamba, who's an 87 overall in this universe. Bam's gonna win MVP number 8, I think. MVP number 7. He's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year number 8, and the Heat finished 79 and 3 again, even without Curry. Donovan Mitchell's gonna make the All-NBA third team, averaging 24 and 7 without Curry. And in the first round, the Heat have to play the Knicks led by Porzingis. The rest of their team doesn't look great though, as the Heat are gonna sweep. And on the wheel, Bam gets plus 10 to his defensive attributes. Round 2, they have to play the Luka-led Hawks, who have Anthony Davis now. The Heat are gonna sweep them. And on the wheel, we get plus 1 to Bam's finishing badges. In the conference finals, they have to play this Magic team, who I don't even remember who they had at the 2, but it was someone good. But with them looking worse on paper, the Heat are not gonna be able to sweep them. They gentlemen sweep though, and now we have to face James Wiseman in the finals. Since leaving us, he didn't really progress, surprisingly, and now unfortunately for him, he has to guard Wemby. But before we do that, let's give Bam another upgrade. He gets plus 10 to his playmaking attributes, and in the finals, the Heat are gonna beat the Blazers in 5 to win their 6th straight championship. So that makes Bam an 8-time champion and 8-time finals MVP. And from here on out, I'm not going to show me spinning the wheel anymore unless I get something like Trade Finder or Best Free Agent or Control a Trade. In player progression, Wemby's up to a 98, Donovan Mitchell's starting to drop, but Cat and Anthony Edwards are going to stay the same, and Kniple's up to an 87. Even with the Heat getting worse, Bam's still going to win another MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, and the Heat still finished 73-9. Wow, Paolo ended up leaving for the Spurs, and so did Luka. Wemby's on the All-NBA third team, averaging a career-high 23 points a game, and in the first round, we have to face Jokic and the Wizards. They look pretty good for an 8 seed, not gonna lie, but we're still gonna sweep them. And in the second round, they have to play Philly, who gave up on Joel Embiid, but not Ben Simmons yet. Unless they have Embiid coming off their bench, and it doesn't look like they do. Yeah, Joel Embiid went to the Pelicans. He's down to a 77, and he's not even getting minutes. Kinda sad, but as long as we're beating the Sixers, I can't complain. On the wheel, we're gonna get Trade Finder, so we can use that next season. And in the conference finals, we have to play the Magic. They have Jaylen Brown again. He must have been coming off the bench for some reason, and I can see why. He's been very mediocre for a 91 overall. But this might be the year where the Heat lose. They're gonna go down 3-1 to the Magic. Game 5, they're gonna blow them out, and they can't force a Game 7. So after 6 championships in a row, they're finally gonna lose. Crazy they didn't even make it to the final, and the Magic are gonna win. Steph Curry's gonna retire with the Hawks, so honestly, that's a good thing I traded him away. And in player progression, Wemby's dropping to a 97. That's kind of strange. Donovan Mitchell's an 88, but so are Kniple and Mo Bamba. Also, I don't know why Mo Bamba's getting better at 31 years old. And now that we're able to use the Trade Finder, it might also be time to trade Cat or Donovan Mitchell away because they're the oldest players on our team. Donovan Mitchell has been dropping in overall quicker. Kyrie would be nice, but he's 37. Reed Shepherd is also a really good pickup. Jaren would be cool, but we have too many big men already. Bronny would be interesting. Stephon Castle is here. He's only 1 overall less than Donovan Mitchell, and we get a pick. Garland's here too, but he's 29. I'm not even gonna look for trades for Cat. I'm just gonna take Stephon Castle. He's under contract for 3 years. He's 24 years old, and he's only 1 overall worse than Donovan Mitchell. First thing I'm gonna do is move Stephon Castle to a point guard since we don't have any. So now we have a starting lineup of Stephon Castle, Knipple, Bam, Cat, and Wemby with Anthony Edwards and Mo Bamba off the bench. We also have Dalton Connect and Rui, but I mean, they're just here. Dalton Connect's been averaging 7 points a game, and this is Rui's first year with our team. Bam's gonna win another MVP. I don't think he's slowing down anytime soon. Same with Defensive Player of the Year. And the Heat win 76 games. Jokic is just team hopping. He goes back to Memphis. This center's also team hopping. He's on the Pistons now. And in the first round, the Heat have to go up against a 96 overall point guard. I think it was the first overall pick, yeah, the year after the AJ Devonsta draft. Kinda crazy he's at 96 in season 3. The Heat are gonna go up 3-1 on the Pacers, and they beat them. Round 2, they have to play the Bulls. Andrew Wiggins is still here. They're not gonna be able to sweep them, but they gentlemen sweep. And in the conference finals, they have to play this Porzingis-led Knicks team again. They definitely look a lot better than before, and after the Knicks won Game 1, they're gonna start to sell. They win Game 5 and force a Game 7 though, and in Game 7, this one is a crazy blowout. I don't think the Heat are gonna be able to come back, and they're gonna lose in 7 games. Bam led the way with 32-10, but the Knicks just played better as a team. So another year of the Heat losing in the conference finals, the Knicks are gonna win it all. And at the beginning of Bam's 14th season, we get the best free agent. Let's hope it's not an auto-generated player, and we get Darren Peterson. In player progression, he's up to a 93 overall, and Stephon Castle is somehow dropping in overall. Bam is still going strong with the MVPs and Defensive Player of the Year. And the Heat are gonna win 70 games. Paolo's on the Lakers now. He just finished second in MVP behind Bam. Mobley's on the Warriors. Everyone's just changing team, except for Ben Simmons. He stayed with the Sixers his entire career. Darren Peterson's gonna make the All-NBA second team, averaging 25, 7, and 10. Maybe we should just move him to our starting point guard because Stephon Castle did not play great on the season. Yeah, I'm gonna move Stephon Castle back to his shooting guard and then make Darren Peterson our starting point guard. Bam is starting to get up there in points, with his last couple being around 25 to 26 points a game. He has 25,000 career points, but he still has a long way to go. 25,000 is gonna put him all the way down here. He's sitting at 41st. Round 1, he has to face a Cooper Flag-led Hawks team. They're gonna sweep, and in the second round, they have to play Philly. It feels like we get this second round matchup every year. I feel bad for Ben Simmons. He hasn't won a single thing because of us. We are gonna get Trade Finder to use next season. In the conference finals, we have to play the Magic. I feel like they look good on paper every year, but it just never translates. The Heat are gonna sweep them. In the finals, the Heat have to face Luka and the Spurs. I totally forgot he went here. They also have a 94 overall Dylan Harper, and I don't know why I was scared of this team. The Heat are back to their winning ways, winning their first championship since 2028. I think this is championship and finals MVP number 9 for Bam, but we'll check the actual number at the end of his career. In player progression, people are starting to drop. Wemby's down to a 97, Cat's down to a 92. At least Knipple's up to a 91, but Anthony Edwards is an 88 now. Stephon Castle's going back up. I don't know why he dropped last year. And we have Mo Bamba dropping to an 85. But we did get Trade Finder on the wheel. I think this time we trade Cat because he's 35. There are only 5 trades for him. I could get Chet. I could get De'Aaron. He's 33 years old though. Yeah, no. I could get Paolo. That is a big trade. So it's really between between Chet and Paolo, but I'm gonna go Paolo because he's a higher overall and he's younger. We also get Precious as our backup power forward. This is an easy trade for me. This is kind of crazy. I was just changing positions around to make the lineup even. That's gonna move Anthony Edwards to a 91 and Concaniple to a 93. So now we have 4 90s in our starting lineup and 2 off our bench. And wow, I have the trades on auto, and the Heat just traded Paolo away for Devin Booker. We really just gave away a 29-year-old 91 overall for somebody who's older and worse. And now because of that trade, we have Precious starting, so I'm gonna move Bam back to a power forward. So now we have Concaniple as our starting small forward, Bam as our starting power forward, and Devin Booker coming off the bench. We also got Kevin Knox in that trade. He's our backup power forward now. And Bam's not gonna win the MVP for the first time in forever as Darren Peterson wins it. Bam's still gonna win the Defensive Player of the Year though. And that was his first time not winning MVP since 2021. I can't complain though, the Heat are gonna win 70 games. And Bam's all the way down to 4th in MVP. In the first round, the Heat beat the Wizards, but they're going to Game 7 against the Sixers. With 1 minute to go, the Heat are gonna make it a 2-point game. Ben Simmons is gonna throw it down to Marvin Bagley. The hook over Bam's good. Here we go, we got Darren Peterson, Wemby, Bam, Stephon Castle, and somebody else on the court. I don't know who that is. Darren Peterson's gonna find Bam though. Bam's gonna swing it to Stephon Castle, the wing 3, and it's good. I'm just scared because Ben Simmons is so much taller than Darren Peterson. He's gonna end up using the screen. At least he can't pull threes. He's gonna throw it down low to Bagley though. Bam makes him pick up the ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bagley's gonna find Mullins. He's left wide open and he knocks down the 3. Okay, the person I didn't know who that was, it was Devin Booker, but now we have Concaniple in the game. They're gonna find him. Back to Peterson, 15 seconds to go. Bam's gonna miss the dunk. And with that, the Heat are gonna get eliminated. Ben Simmons finally makes it past the Heat. Bam had a crazy game. He filled up the stat sheet, including the turnovers, but Ben Simmons also filled up the stat sheet with the turnovers. It sucks that the Heat are eliminated, especially in the second round, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm rooting for the Sixers, and they don't even make it to the finals. Good thing we traded Donovan Mitchell away. He's gonna retire after winning 4 championships with us. We just got any rating to 99 on the wheel. Bam's been averaging around 5 to 6 assists per game, but with just a 10 dish tendency, we're gonna put that all the way up to 99. Hopefully he can average a triple-double. Player progression sees Concaniple going up to a 93. Actually, that was because we changed his position. Devin Booker's dropping to an 87, and we could have had Paolo, who stays at a 91. Also, Anthony Edwards left. I didn't even realize that. I also don't remember what position he was, so I'm just gonna search him up, and he ended up going to the Hawks. I'm not too mad about that because he doesn't really progress in 2K like he does in real life, but it kind of sucks. We had him early on and he won 7 championships with us. I guess Devin Booker's our Anthony Edwards replacement. He averaged 19 last year. At the trade deadline, let's see if the Heat made any more dumb trades. Okay, thank goodness they didn't. And at the end of the season, Bam Adebayo's back to winning MVPs, averaging 11 assists a game. This Defensive Player of the Year run is insane also. And what do you know? Paolo's gonna win the Clutch Player of the Year. He could have been on our team. The Heat finished with 77 wins though. And Bam and Darren Peterson are both top 2 in MVP. Darren Peterson averaged 25, 7, and 10. And on the wheel, we're gonna land on Control 1 trade for next season. That's because they swept the Celtics. And in round 2, they're gonna sweep the Hornets. They've been so dominant though, without losing a game, they're gonna make the finals. And in the finals, they're facing a new team in the Clippers. They don't look that good, I'm not gonna lie. And the Heat are gonna win the finals after not even making it past the second round last year. Darren Peterson is a threat for the finals MVP, but Bam has still won every single one. And at the beginning of season 17, we get to use the trade finder. Devin Booker's gonna retire after just 1 full season with us. At least he won a championship. With our 2 trades, I'm gonna try to get rid of some of the older guys like Mo Bamba. I kinda wanted to trade for Cason Wallace because he has A+ perimeter defense. But if we get Anthony Black, we get him for 4 years and he has A- perimeter defense, so I'm just gonna do this deal. And we're able to do 1 trade without trade finder, and shooting guard is the position we need the most. I'm gonna see if it's possible to try to trade for Dylan Harper. First, I'm gonna give up Stephon Castle, but we have to make up $20 million. That's not gonna be easy to do. I can throw in Anthony Black, and then to make up $4 million more, I'll just throw in this guy. But then we have to make the money match. That's not gonna be easy. We're still 2 mil off. Yeah, I don't think this is possible to make the contracts match. Dylan Harper makes too much money, but we can get VJ Edgecombe, who's making $6 million less. We can try that same trade. If we throw in these 2 guards, they say no. But we have a bunch of first-round picks, and honestly, I think Bam's gonna be retired by then. And even if he's not, we're gonna be a top seed. If we throw in 2 first-round picks, they say no. And if we add a 3rd, they're gonna say yes. So VJ Edgecombe's on our team. So even though our bench definitely fell off, the worst player in our starting lineup is at 92 overall. Bam's gonna win another MVP, averaging a 30-point triple-double, and another Defensive Player of the Year. The Heat are gonna finish with 74 wins, and the top 3 players in MVP were all on our team. Wemby put up 26 points and 12 boards a game, and then Darren Peterson averaged 26, 7, and 9. Crazy, Paolo was also on the All-NBA first team. He could have been on our team. But with Devin Booker retiring, we basically lost him for nothing. Round 1, the Heat are gonna sweep the Hawks, and in the second round, they have to play the Magic. They move Jaylen Brown back to their bench. Yeah, he's all the way down to an 81 overall. But even if he was in the high 80s, the Heat would probably still still win the series. They're not gonna sweep. The Magic are almost gonna force a game 7. That was scary. Never mind, the Heat won by 56 points and Bam dropped a 63-point triple-double. In the conference finals, we have to play a 7-seeded Bucks team. I don't know why Elijah Arenas is coming off the bench as their best player, and they should have had him in the starting lineup because they're gonna get swept. And in the finals, the Heat are gonna beat the Clippers in 6 to win back-to-back championships. I'm still surprised that even with this stacked lineup, Bam is gonna win finals MVP every time. Darren Peterson and Wemby both had insane stat lines, but Bam's was even crazier. And for winning the finals, we get the best free agent at the start of Bam's 18th season. I hope it's a real person and not someone auto-generated. It's an auto-generated guy, but I can't even be mad. He's a 99 overall. So now our lineup is insane. We would have 2 99s, but he's dropping to a 98. And we have Wemby and Darren Peterson dropping. And then we picked up Ty Washington Jr., who won the Rookie of the Year over Wemby. He really peaked in his rookie season and barely played after that. And I'm gonna move Darren Peterson back to a shooting guard so he can be in the starting lineup instead of VJ Edgecombe. Bam's gonna win the MVP after the Heat start the season 38-0, and he wins the Depoy. And on top of that, the Heat finished the season with 76 wins. We have 3 players on the All-NBA first team, and the Heat just had a super easy path to the finals, playing the 9th seed, the 5th seed, and the 7th seed. And in the finals, the Timberwolves just blew a 3-1 lead, so we have to play the Clippers again. And the Heat are gonna sweep the Clippers to complete another 3-peat, another championship and finals MVP for Bam. And on the wheel, we're gonna get the best free agent again. Ben Simmons is finally gonna retire after staying with the Sixers his whole career. And here we go. If we head to free agency, we get to add this guy Lucas Thorpe to the team. He's a 98 overall small forward, been averaging 25 plus for the past couple of years. And the upgrades we've been getting from these playoff wins have been paying off for us because now we have 2 90 plus overalls coming off the bench. Bam's gonna keep winning MVPs and probably defensive player of the years. Yep, Anthony Edwards, clutch player of the year, averaging 27. He has a career year at 34. And the Heat finished with 77 wins. The Heat easily make it back to the finals, and they have to play a new opponent in the Rockets. And with 17 seconds to go, they can hit a buzzer beater right here to sweep the Rockets. Darren Peterson's gonna chew the clock out. He's gonna ISO on Walter Clayton Jr., I think that is. He kicks it to Lowry, the open mid-range for game, and we're going to overtime. That would have been sick, but the Heat are gonna win anyway in overtime and sweep the Rockets. Bam and the Heat are on an insane run right now. But at the start of the following season, I go into player progression and Bam is not here. So it looks like we're gonna be taking over the Houston Rockets. So he just pulled a reverse KD and went to the team that they beat in the finals. Last season, the Rockets were the 2nd seed in the West, but it's gonna be tough. We have to get past a team that just won 77 games. On Bam's team, we have Cade Cunningham, Scoot Henderson, and then Patrick Williams. Yeah, it kind of falls off after that. And it's finally time to move Bam back to a center. They retired the number 13 for James Harden, so it's only right we make Bam wear number 83. In his debut on his new team, he drops 30 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks. And at the end of the season, Bam is still winning MVPs with his new team and defensive player of the years. The Heat are gonna win 72 games, but the Rockets win 71. This looks so weird looking at the left side of the screen for the playoffs. After making it out of the second round, we're gonna get Trade Finder. That'll be big for next season with this roster falling off after the top 3 guys. And in the conference finals, the Rockets are gonna make it out in 5, so we have a Rockets vs Heat series. That is crazy. We have to go up against this monster that we created. But in game 1, the Rockets are gonna run away with the game on the road. That's the last thing I expected. Scoot Henderson had 35. Bam had a 33-point triple-double. He almost had a 30-20-20 game, and he put up 7 stocks with no turnovers. And let me stop talking down on Patrick Williams. He's averaging 12 in the playoffs, but he just dropped 25. For the Heat, Wemby had 29, Darren Peterson had 25, Lowry had 22, and the new guy Thorpe had 21, and they still lost. But in game 2, we're back to reality. The Heat are up by 10, and they're gonna tie the series up. Scoot Henderson had 26. Bam only had 18. He had a triple-double though, but he fouled out in 31 minutes. And game 3 is not looking good at halftime. The Heat are gonna absolutely blow out the Rockets. We just lost by 40. Bam put up 29. He shot really bad. And for the Heat, Wemby went crazy. And in game 4, the Rockets just made it a 3-point game. I'm guessing Scoot hit an and one since he's at the free throw line. So yeah, it was an and one, and he's gonna make the free throw. I can't believe we built this team. Now we have to go against them. Darren Peterson's gonna miss the 3, and Bam gets the board over Wemby. That number 83 is ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Bam's gonna find Moses Moody though. The jumper over. Why did he do that? I don't know what he was thinking there. Lowry on the other end finds Thorpe to Darren Peterson. The floater he's gonna miss, but they get the offensive rebound and the putback. 1 minute to go. Scoot's gonna use the screen from Bam. He finds him down down low and we're back to a 2-point game. We just need one stop, but I don't know if that's gonna happen realistically. Darren Peterson's gonna kick it out and he gets a turnover. I don't know what he was cooking. He had an open lane. The Heat are gonna sub in Con Knipple. They're gonna go down low to Bam. He's gonna take the fade over Wemby. Why? They should honestly just let someone like Cade or Scoot score. The Heat are gonna find Con with 30 seconds to go. He swings it to Thorpe. Back to Con with too much space and his three's good. I don't know why they left him that open. It's like they forgot to read the scouting report. We have a 3-point game now. The Heat are gonna make both free throws and the Rockets have no timeouts left. This is not good. If they lose this game, they go down 3-1. Scoot's gonna pull the contested three. Bam has the box out. Bro, why did the other guy smack the ball away? Bam had the box out and everything. He was about to get a free rebound. Oh, never mind. It was Wemby that smacked it away. I thought it was the guy on the Rockets. And because Wemby's 7'4", the Rockets are gonna go down 3-1 in the finals. But Bam doesn't want to lose that easily. The Rockets are gonna force a game 6. Bam put up 37, 13, and 9. We need him to play like this every game. And in game 6, the Rockets are gonna use that momentum to force a game 7. Scoot Henderson dropped 38 and 11, and Bam had 38, 18, and 13. Cade is kind of slacking down here. He's averaging 27 in the playoffs though. And in game 7, the Rockets are blowing it in the 4th quarter. They're gonna make it a 6-point game. They just had it at 4. If it goes within 3, I'm gonna hop in. But the Rockets are gonna lose the 4th quarter by 19 points, leading to Bam's first finals loss of his NBA career. And after all those years of being Bam's sidekick, Wemby's finally gonna win his first finals MVP. Also very random, but the last time the Western Conference won the NBA championship was 2022. James Wiseman's gonna retire with the Sixers. He shouldn't have left us. He only won 2 chips with us. And on the wheel, we get to control 1 trade. If we go to player progression, oh my gosh, Bam's not on the Rockets anymore. And it looks like we are gonna be taking over the Spurs. Last year, the Spurs were the 6th seed. And let's see who's even on this team. They have an 87, and then after that, it kind of falls off. This is not great. And this is so strange. So obviously, like 10-ish years ago, maybe, Bam and Donovan Mitchell were teammates. And now all of a sudden, Donovan Mitchell is Bam's coach. Also, he's a terrible coach too. And I almost forgot we have 2 trades to work with to make this team even better. One thing I want to do is take somebody from the Heat to make them worse. I'm going to try to reunite Wemby and Bam back together. I don't know how easy this is going to be with the salaries though. I'm going to have to throw in Trey Johnson. And even then, I still have to make up 12 million more. So let's throw in Amen Thompson. Let's see what they say. Oh, it's the championship contender thing. I have 4 picks. I'm going to try to use them all. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm assuming they're going to say no though. They say no to 3 picks. And if we throw in pick number 4, they're going to say no. We tried this before. Let's try it again. I want to get Dylan Harper on the team. He is making 65 million though. So we have to make up 20 mil. Basically, we have to throw in AJ DeBonsta plus 3 mil more. I'm just going to throw in this guy a salary filler. And then to make the contracts match, ooh, still 1 mil. So basically, we have to throw in somebody that's 5 mil to make this work. Let's see what they say for Dylan Harper. He's untouchable. So that's off the table, but there's a guy on the Blazers I want to trade for. He's at 94 overall. He's making $46 million. Let's throw in Trey Johnson. Then we have to make up $1 million. I'll just throw in this guy. And he is untouchable. I mean, I may as well try to throw in picks because this will make the team better. But I feel like they're going to say no to this. They just said no to 2 picks. They say no to 3. And if we throw in pick number 4, they also say no. At this point, I think we just trade find our people on the team and see what we can get. We can get VJ Edgecombe back on the team. That's kind of a good trade. It makes the Heat a little more deep, but we can get some star power. When he was on the Heat, his numbers weren't that crazy because he was coming off the bench for the most part. But at the end of the day, this makes the Heat worse, so I'm going to do this trade. And if we throw VJ Edgecombe and all these picks to the Clippers, we can get this point guard who's a little bit worse than VJ Edgecombe, but then we can get Grady Dick to make our bench better. I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. And Bam is still winning MVPs, averaging 32, 17, and 11 with 2 steals and 3 blocks. This might be the best statistical season of all time. At 40 years old too, and he wins the Defensive Player of the Year. The Heat finished with 77 wins, and the Spurs are the best team in the West, but they only win 66 games. And here we go, one more win gets the Spurs to the finals. They're struggling against the Clippers, and in game 7, the Spurs just made it a 3-point game with under a minute to go. VJ Edgecombe kicks it out. I forgot he's on this team. Honestly, I just clicked trade. I didn't look at who we traded him to. He's gonna kick it to the guy at the top of the key, and the Clippers go up 6. That is not ideal, especially with 40 seconds to go. They're gonna find Bam though for the and 1 dunk. Making this free throw would be huge here, and he's gonna knock it down. Now they desperately need to stop. VJ Edgecombe blows right by Grady Dick. What is that defense? 25 seconds to go. They're gonna run a pick and roll with Bam. They don't find him. They do very late. They're almost going to throw a turnover. He gets another poster. Our point guard just fouled out, fouling VJ Edgecombe. That is not ideal, and to put the Clippers up 5, his second free throw is good. So no timeouts, down 5. The Spurs are going to need a big shot here. They're going to pull the deep 3. It's good. This time we have Jared McCain at the free throw line. He's going to sink the first one, and to put the Clippers up by 4, he misses the second. So the Spurs can tie it here with the 3. Bam's going to find Carr to Grady Dick. He's going to pull the deep 3 from the hash. He misses. Bam gives them another chance. Modest Buzelis, the 3 at the buzzer, and we're going to overtime. What a shot in a game 7, and now with 2 minutes to go in overtime, we're all tied up. Carr's gonna use the screen from Bam. He kicks it to him. Bam finds Grady Dick to AJ to Bonstead. Everyone's touching the ball on this possession. Modest is gonna go ahead and use the screen from Bam. He pulls the midi. Bam has the box out. He's gonna get the rebound and the putback layup for the lead. If the Spurs could keep it up, that would be great. VJ Edgecombe finds Bryce Sensabaugh. He gets an open mid-range and he ties the game. Carr's looking for Bam. He's gonna find him in the post. Bam's gonna go up with the deep hook and he's gonna miss it. That's not great with a minute to go. Grady Dick has been playing terrible defense on VJ Edgecombe. Maybe we shouldn't have traded him away. I did not think we'd be in a situation where he can cook us. AJ DeBonsta on the ISO's gonna take the contested jumper. What is that shot? I don't know what this is. Yeah, Grady Dick, his defense is just terrible. The Spurs need to pull off something big here. Modest is gonna pull the 3 and he's gonna miss it. VJ Edgecombe's gonna miss his first free throw. That's kind of big. And now with 28 seconds to go, they inbound it to AJ DeBonsta. He's gonna find Carr. Carr uses the screen from Bam. He's not gonna kick it to him, but he finds Modest open and his 3's good. Let's hope VJ Edgecombe can miss another free throw here. He's gonna make the first, and to put the Clippers up 4, his second free throw's good. Spurs have no timeouts. Let's see if they can pull this off again. They're gonna go to Modest. He's a little bit deep, but he's open. Bam gets a clutch rebound. Carr's left wide open on the wing, and his 3's good. So it's still anyone's game with Jared McCain at the line. He's gonna make the first free throw, and to put the Clippers up 3, his second one's good. 7 seconds to bring the ball up. They're gonna inbound it to Carr. It looks like he's gonna find AJ DeBonsta. Yep, he finds him in the corner. He's left wide open, and we might be going into double OT. The Spurs played terrible in that first half of overtime, but the second half, they've been super clutch. Let's see if any of it matters, though. They're gonna inbound it to Cheatham. The 3 over Modest, and we're going to double OT. And this game remains close in double overtime with a minute and a half to go. We are still tied up. Donovan Clingan's gonna come set the screen, and they get a wide open 3. I don't like the fact that Bam's not on the court. That makes me think he fouled out. Grady Dick's gonna find Hollins. The bad pass, he gets blocked. He gets his rebound, though, and that's goaltending. And Bam is not in the game, so he definitely fouled out. VJ Edgecombe on the drive kicks it to a wide open 3. They actually missed this time. 50 seconds to go. AJ DeBonsta on the break with the snatchback. He finds Hollins, and the Spurs take the lead. This has been a crazy game 7. VJ Edgecombe is just cooking everyone, bro. He gets a wide open layup, and the Clippers go back up. 36 seconds to go. They're gonna find Modest to AJ DeBonsta. The layup. The Spurs go back up. This has been the most back and forth game I've ever seen. VJ Edgecombe is left wide open, and the Clippers go up 2. The Spurs still have 17 seconds to get a shot off here, though. Grady Dick's gonna chew the clock out. 5 seconds to go. I don't know why the ball is in his hands. He's gonna chuck up the 3, and he misses. So now the Spurs basically need a full court shot here, and that's if they miss both free throws. The first one is good, and to hit the dagger and win game 7, the Clippers knock down the free throw. So after having so many chances, the Spurs are gonna blow it in double overtime of game 7. Bam really dropped 30 points, 32 rebounds, and 16 assists, but he shot terrible from the field and from 3. And on top of that, VJ Edgecombe dropped 53 in a revenge game. I'm assuming the Heat are gonna win the finals, and they sweep. And after 21 seasons, Bam's career is gonna come to an end. He's gonna finish with 13 championships and finals MVPs, 16 regular season MVPs, 18 defensive player of the years, 42,000 career points, finishing 3rd all time, almost 4,000 3-pointers, so he passed Steph Curry. He finishes number 1 in free throws made, number 2 in rebounds behind Wilt, number 13 in assists, number 2 in blocks behind Hakeem, number 8 in steals. I'm surprised he's this high, number 4 in 40-point games behind Giannis, MJ, and Wilt, number 5 in 50-point games, and number 2 in triple-doubles behind Ben Simmons. He's gonna make the Hall of Fame with these insane accolades, and he's gonna get his jersey retired by the Heat. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see me make Kobe Bryant the GOAT, click the video on the screen right now.